Hola, mis amigos. Soy la mora de Paris, Rache Chanel, and you're watching the 3 Count Podcast. Smooches.
Welcome everybody to another great edition of the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, and like we always say during these COVID times, we work for free and hot dogs and handshakes, but unfortunately, we don't have no hot dogs and we can't do handshakes because of COVID, and that's the reason why the team didn't want to come on. But this is Now Entering the Ring, which means one thing, we have a special guest for you. You can find this woman at Rise. You can find her at ROH. You can find her at ROW. And you can most importantly find her on AEW. This is the fashionista herself. You find her in Paris. You find her in London. You find her all around the world doing all the best shopping. Give it up for Rache Chanel.
What's going on? Thanks for having me on your show.
Oh, I'm so glad that you wanted to come on. I was so excited when you wrote me back and you're like, "Yeah, I'm interested." I was like, "Let's go!" Yeah. Like, it's funny because every time every time I talk to somebody and they want to come on, I just turn like this, like a kid in a candy store when you just go, "Can I talk to him? Can we be best friends?" So I genuinely pop every time I get to talk to people just about wrestling. It's just so much fun for me.
Yes.
But how are you doing though?
I'm doing pretty good. I have my comb.
I see that.
And my other comb. So we're good to go.
I see that. Actually, it's funny because I've been watching your matches back from even reality wrestling and into AEW. And just listening to Taz's commentary and talking about how I was like, yeah, Taz is definitely having way too much fun with this. I could only imagine, right? And this is we'll kick this off this way, but I could imagine being backstage to someone like there and getting advice from guys like Taz and Cody and the Young Bucks. What's that like?
At first, it kind of depends on your mindset going into it. If you're there, I'm there to do my job. I'm not there to kind of mark out or anything like that. But I'm kind of okay. These are people who they have experience. They can help me. If you have that mindset, you'll be fine. But just kind of, you still have to kind of calm yourself down a little bit, just because oh my God, this person. Okay, I'm at a place with business. Let me calm myself down.
I can imagine you just zen. All right, so my first real question for you though is, who is Rache Chanel?
Rache Chanel is la moda de Paris, France. So I love fashion. I love style. I love all things wigs. I'm the woman of 1,000 wigs. This is London Camille. This is Estelle. And I have a plethora of other wigs in my closet.
Awesome. I mean, I think I've noticed that every time you have a style, I'm like, yeah. It's she's definitely enjoying life. So what got you into the business?
Oh, well, I didn't start out with this character. So I never was I was, kind of working my way to finding a character that worked. But I really wanted to start when I was in college. I was like, I want to do it. I don't really want to just go to school and everything like that. Because I was always a fan of the business. But when I was in college, I'm like, yeah, that's what I really want to do. And so right after school, I signed up at a wrestling school and got to work.
It's and you know what? It's following your journey, and yes, I did. I mean, I knew you had gone through some different changes and stuff like that. It's been cool though. You really have come out of your shell with this character, and I'm just wow. You could tell, because you can see it with different people, they're forced into a kind of role, and they're not comfortable. Yeah. But you just blossom. I'm just yo, this person is just all about it. I was I love it.
I kind of a lot of people have to kind of find what works for them. Like you said, it's not forced. Even just any fan, any person just watching normally, they can see, oh, is that real or is that, oh, it's contrived. But if it's natural, it comes off natural.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, your character, everything. It's one kind of mesmerizing, but two, like the aura you put out is like intoxicating. I genuinely like when I see your character come out and you just like hit the ring. I'm just like, yeah, she's having a good time, and I'm
Thank
having a
you.
good time
Thank you.
watching. Um, so aside, like I know, like every fan, or not every fan, but every
Yeah.
wrestler,
Thank you.
I know every wrestler, every
Yes.
ring announcer, every commentator, every manager has one of these. So I want to know yours. What's been your favorite fan interaction?
Hmm. Let's see. I, ah, man. I guess one of them would be recently outside of Austin, Texas. There was a fan who had an autograph baseball from the Wild Thing Raquel Vaughn gimmick. And he showed it to me at the recent show. And for that kind of blew my mind because I'm like, I'm a different character now. And he was like, oh, I still have this little. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. So that really meant a lot to me, that someone followed me from the baseball character.
Right. That is kind of cool though. Like especially when
Yeah.
people like transition with you because they understand, and
I'm
that's
like,
awesome.
oh,
You're like, oh, I remember this character.
do you remember?
Yeah. That's awesome though. That is really cool. I guess like for me, knowing that the business is kind of rough as well too. So this is kind of like a fun question for me to ask. What's been a worst bump you've taken?
Let's see. Like most of my matches have been pretty safe. I guess I haven't really taken any crazy bumps, but I just like top rope bumps are like the softest. So you would think that would be the opposite, but actually like, okay, top rope suplex is not that bad. Well, no really bad bumps or anything.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Actually, I did my first Tower of Doom spot, and yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised when I hit the ground. I was like, I can
Hmm.
keep doing this.
Yeah, I can do this.
I was like, oddly enough, I was like, I can do this because my
I can do this.
and it was the first time I ever took one, and the person that was with me, like they're like, "Do you know how to take this?" I was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna go." I never took it before, and so I just went
Yeah,
and hit
just
the
go.
mat. I was like, "All
That's
right,
the best thing to do. Just do it.
I don't want to think about it. Like, oh, I'm gonna
I
let
know.
no, no."
Oh, because that's how you get hurt.
Yeah,
Oh no, I'm scared. Like you flip back.
you think about it. Like that's one thing I think I've learned from listening to like a bunch of other people talk about was that like the moment you think about something, that's it. Like just don't do it because you're gonna hurt yourself. Like
Yeah,
just go.
right.
And I'm sure that I'm probably sure you probably hear that a lot too, though.
Mhm.
Um, all right. So my next
Yeah,
question though is you have been you said like you've been pretty safe in a couple of your matches and stuff like that. So
right.
I'm curious, what's the hardest you've been hit then?
Let's see. So I was chopped by Thunder Rosa, and I was chopped by Jazz back to back days. So those two combined, those are some pretty rough chops.
Oh man. Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine that.
Yes. That was, yeah. And Ruthless Lala, yeah, I've been in the ring with her too. Yes, yeah, that chop. I remember that.
It's those ones. They just leave an imprint on your
Yes,
soul.
yes.
All right.
I survived, thankfully.
And that's all that matters, man. You made it. You
Yes,
made it through.
yes.
That's what counts. Um, I guess so. Here's like my big question I really like asking a lot of
Okay.
my guests, and it is, what's the best advice that you can give to up and coming wrestlers getting into the business?
Mm. The best advice I would say is to kind of be patient and be consistent because like you can get in the business but you may think, oh, it's going to happen just like that, but like you, it's so much, to learn. And so just the patience, just having that patience starting out is like the most important thing I would say.
Oh, that's good advice. I feel like
Yeah.
it's like one of the first times I've heard that. It's
Oh, thanks.
patient. Like it'll come. Just be patient. I like that though.
Yes.
All right. So aside from that, like I gotta ask though, because I know like you have been in the ring with like a lot of great workers.
Mhm.
I'm just very curious, like who's been your favorite match though?
Man, let's see. I think one of my favorite matches that I've had it was in DFW All Pro Wrestling. I went against Killer Kate, and the best part about that match was Jazz and Rodney Mack helped produce that match, and to have that, and then have the match like that was like our first like this is awesome chant and all that, and so that was a really big big match for me, and so I really enjoyed that match with Killer Kate.
Okay. So then I'm gonna
Yes.
flip the question and ask you, what's the worst match you've had?
Yeah, I had some bad ones starting out. I had some bad ones starting out. I don't want to put any names out there, but I had some bad ones starting out.
I feel like that's what I hear a lot. Like your first few years and the first few matches you have, you're just gonna have ones that
Yes.
just bomb. And
Right. Right.
I've seen, and I was a part of a show once, and this is gonna be kind of fun. I was part of a show, and yeah, the the dynamic wasn't there between the two, and like the guy who was being the heel was like legitimately trying to get the crowd to like boo him, but the face wasn't really doing anything to
Right.
like the crowd to
Yeah.
cheer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then yeah, so eventually the crowd ended up cheering for the bad guy. It's like, oh, that's bad.
It just turned the whole story right in the middle of the match.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, like that guy just kept riding on, trying to
Oh,
be the heel of the match, and it
oh my
never worked
goodness.
out. There was
Yeah.
no switch. And then he was mad
Yeah.
because he lost all of his heat that he had earned, and he was like, "This."
Hmm.
That was until the next month, and then like he got all his heat back. It was all right. um, all right. So those are like all my big, like kind of like hard hitting questions. It's really just
Okay. Cool. I like that.
simple.
Get that
Yeah,
out the way. We're
yeah,
done
yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Right off the jump, that's what we do. So my next question
Yes.
or my next set of questions, right? This is like my favorite part of the podcast. It's called the 10 count, three
Okay.
count. It's called the 3 count, 10 count questions. Here's how it works. So I'm gonna fire off a bunch of
Okay.
questions at you, but it's first thought. So
Okay.
we're gonna get ready. So we'll get the imaginary timer on the clock. Bing. And here we go. SmackDown or Raw?
SmackDown.
Favorite color?
Purple.
Gucci or Prada?
Prada.
Favorite movie?
um, Rocky.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yes. Yes.
Trish or Lita?
Trish.
It's a Friday night. What are you doing?
Shopping.
Marvel or DC?
I'm sorry, I missed that one.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Okay. Favorite podcast?
Favorite podcast.
Yeah,
Well, right now it's Three Count Podcast.
that's right. That's right. That's the only acceptable answer.
That's what's going on right now.
All right. Nominate someone that you want to have on this podcast.
Mm, Flex rated.
Bet. That's exactly what we're gonna go
Yes.
do too.
Yes.
And then last but not least, because this is my favorite question to ask every person, favorite curse word.
I don't curse.
Then that's fine. We don't curse. That's what we don't do. But I will ask you a question. I just thought about this, and it is a fun question that I like asking people. So either we all have like a routine that we like to try
Yes.
to do. What's your post meal post meal after your match?
Let's see. Post. I don't know. I honestly don't.
Oh, that's awesome. That's funny though. I know, cause like for me, like after shows, the one place that we always end up going is Taco Bell, and we go get like
Okay.
the $5 box.
Okay. I like. Okay. So I like Wendy's. The 4 for $4. I can do.
Hey,
I can do. Yeah.
okay, bet
Yes.
that. All right, well,
I
those
can do
like
Wendy's.
those are all my questions I had to have for you. So
Okay.
all I need from you though is I need to know where our listeners and our viewers can actually find you.
Okay. Okay, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Rache Chanel. I'm also on Twitch. And let me see what else is going on. And I will be at Mission Pro February 6th and VIP Wrestling in Dallas on January 29th.
Bet. So, with that being said, this is the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, and with me, because this is Now Entering the Ring, the lovely, the incredible, the talented, the fashionista, Rache Chanel. So tune into our next episode and be there or be somewhere else.
Right.
What's going on, 3 Count Nation? I'm Clifford Red Dog Miller with the catchphrase. But what I really want you to do right now, go to twitter.com, right? Go over there, find us at the 3Count_pod, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a comment. We want to talk to you guys. Go to IG at the 3Count_pod. Give us a like, give us a follow, leave us a comment. We want to interact with you. Go to youtube.com, give a subscribe, turn the bell on, turn the notifications, leave a comment. We want to talk to you. Go to anchor.fm/the 3Count Podcast, and in there, you can leave us a message, and we will talk to you. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that we want to talk to you. We want to have fun with you guys, and we love listening to what you guys have to say. Also, one thing I need you to do for me, the 3Count Podcast also has merchandise. Oh! At prowrestlingtees.com/the 3Count Pod. Please go buy our t-shirts. We love you guys, and we hope you love us too. So show us some support, please.